Mark, why don't you recap Amazing Spider-Man Volume 6, number 34 for us?
Sounds splendid, Dan. We start with Janice Lincoln and Randy Robertson at Harlem Hospital as Tombstone Lonnie Lincoln is on life support. Hey, remember this storyline? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Janice is all like, thanks but no thanks to Randy, since he bailed on her after the whole attempted mass murder thing at the wedding. Tombstone starts to flatline, and they realize that someone unplugged his ventilator, and who would do such a thing? Sinister Spider-Man would. Mary Jane is throwing popcorn around as Paul is casually rocking a man bun as if we all didn't hate this guy enough. Norman sneaks up on them to warn them that they are likely in danger. What else is new? In what may end up being Norman's Oscar-winning performance, he tells the couple to avoid the bridge and take the tunnel. That brings us to Crayju, buried in his casket, running out of air, and debating ending it all with the shotgun that Spider-Man so nicely left with him. Who's to say Peter has lost his heroism? Back to Paul and MJ's place, and Norman knows what's about to happen when he turns on the light in the house, and indeed, Sinister Spider-Man is behind him, and Spidey is looking to beat on some mathematical man buns. Norman tells him this isn't like Peter, and Peter says, "You're right, it's like you, Norman." Quick cut back to Crayju, still debating that shotgun, and then we cut back to Norman, who is about to get the snot beaten out of him by the Sinister Spider-Man. Spider-Man is all of Spider-Man Twitter and screams at Norman, "Do you think I've forgotten what he's done to him his entire life?" Spider-Man Twitter cheers on the beatdown until they realize that it's out of character for Spider-Man, so they send hate mail to the Spider Office. But then they realize that Peter can't be friends with Norman either, so they're just screaming about everything. I mean, at least I imagine. I quit Twitter 2 months ago. Can you confirm that this is what's happening, Dan?
It looks like I picked the wrong week to quit reading Spider-Man Twitter.
Aw, too bad. Anyway. Spidey has some pretty bloody fists, but the sins of Norman tell him to leave Osborn behind to attend to other business. That other business, of course, is getting revenge on Paul and MJ. We finally see the Queen Goblin again, and she's starting to feel remorse for everything she set into motion with Crayju. So now she wants to get in on some of the action. Back to Crayju, and the light is fading fast on him. He tries to rally by reminding himself that he's not his father, but then we cut over to Paul and MJ, and they're sitting in traffic in the Holland Tunnel, and truly, Norman's last diabolical act to Peter was telling these two to take the Holland Tunnel as the faster escape route. I mean, seriously. What's next? Take the Van Wyck to get to the airport? And of course, out jumps Spider-Man Bat, and the Tim Burton theme is playing. But which one? You, dear reader, can decide. So now we're cutting back and forth, and we're all over the place, and we can't figure out what exactly is going on until the final panels where we see Queen Goblin confronting Spider-Man and Norman dragging Crayju out of the grave, and we're done.